So this is the market analysis. I am performing this currently on Sunday, soon to be Monday. So it's currently Sunday 24th, soon to be Monday the 25th of September. And yeah, so I didn't do a video on Friday as pretty much markets closed, and the most important pivot for me, I'll pretty much state in every video, is the weekly open. So what's happened over the weekend? We've had an earthquake in North Korea, which everybody seems to believe is a nuclear test in defiance of the international community. So as you can expect, some risk of sentiment. As we've seen now, the markets have gapped down in relation to this risk of sentiment and defiance of North Korea. So what do we actually see? So currently we're 2 hours in since market open, which markets open at 10 p.m. Sunday night UK time. And yeah, so the price opened at, let's just see where that is, 18.99. Just say 19, 119. That's where we opened. There is 1910. I am pretty sure. Just gonna check it just to make sure that is my monthly open at 1910. Let's just have a look. Yep, 1910. 1910 is the monthly open, and we opened at 19. So in reality, for me, I can still use that 1910 region as my most important pivot weekly open. So let's just go up to the bigger time frames, as this is my analysis, particularly as it is the start of the week. So rather than go through as quickly as I normally do, I try to be as concise and as succinct as possible. So as we've seen, prices come down 3 times, touch that region there, which is the low ones. So it was like 106. I think it went to, actually, I think it did actually go down to 103 or something. Let's see where we went there. 103, yeah, 103.40. So I was correct there. And as we've seen, prices touched that region there, 103, 104, 3 times, and it has come up. Now, as we've seen here, this is the monthly chart we've had. Currently, if this month finishes bullish, we would have had 7 consecutive months of bullish price movements in the euro against the dollar. So we're going back all the way to March. So there we go. So we've obviously come up to the 120 level and have sold off in the previous month in August and currently in September, but we are still currently trading above the monthly open at 1910. So if I go down to the weekly time frame, see where we are. Now we've come into a bit of a consolidation. Let's scale it out a bit. Come into a bit of a consolidation, as you can expect when you've had the market gap up, and it's I think it's termed a breakaway gap. The price hasn't gone back down and closed that gap. It's just continued to the upside. The gap pretty much came as a result of the Macron election victory, which was pretty resounding over Marine Le Pen. So what have we had this week? So we've had a North Korea, but we've also had a German elections. Now, Angela Merkel has lost some seats, and there has been some strengthening of Alternative for Deutschland and AFD, and they've got seats in parliament. The media has termed them right wing. It suggests that the election results suggest that there is a percentage of Germans not happy with Merkel's, what would you say? Would you say, nah, you could say social policies. But I'm only here to trade and analyze the market. I'm not really here for politics per se. So, I'm not really here for politics now. If you look at the daily chart, again, we can see it's upwards, downwards. It's in a bit of a range in and around the near 121, and lower end of the range is around, it's say about 1830, in and around that region there. That's where prices are currently oscillating on the daily time frame, in a bit of a range, bit of consolidation. Weekly being my most important. Could potentially have a bull flag form here before a further break and a run towards that 123 I've identified further, or the 125. So let's just go down to the hourly and see where we are. Over here, this large red candle we've had, this was as a result of the Fed interest rate decision, FOMC, and their subsequent press conference. Now, the price has still not broken the low of this candle, which was 1860, well, obviously 1861. So we've not gone down there. We've retraced heavily to the upside to the 120, and we did sell down. But we are currently in what do you say, an important stage of the Brexit negotiations between the EU and the United Kingdom. So there is a lot of questions around the economies of both the UK and the EU in terms of their trade, because they're pretty large trading partners to one another. So we'll get better direction once all that's sorted. We get some positive news coming out when they've settled on the deal, which is mutually beneficial to both parties, because I can't see both cutting off the nose to spite the face. Now, enough of that. So yeah, so we've seen price come down, and it appears that we are going to go up to what would be the 200 period moving average on the 1 hour time frame to close that gap. And we would say that gap's about 1940 and about 1945. So you have those two moving averages there. Now, if price does stay above 1910, we've obviously opened at 19. I am going to be bullish because we are above the monthly open and we'll be trading above the weekly open. I would be bullish to the upside again. We might see price stall around that round 120 level, but if it does get up there, possible consolidation, bull flag, and a break to the upside to test that 120.30. Beyond that, we have 120.92, which has been the most recent high. So above 1910, currently bullish the euro. If we break down from here, or we fill the gap, we have bearish price action, and price does break down to the downside. Again, a test of the low of the news candle of 1861. Below that, we're looking at 1830. And below that, have I marked in any levels? No, I've currently not marked in any levels on 1830. I pretty much don't expect it to be run. I don't expect it to be run soon. So what do you say? In and around 1780. In and around 1780. Another 50 pips there. So 1830 downside target, but I moved to 120.30 to the upside. So just to let's just get this back to 60. Yeah. So just to summarize, to the upside, I have got a bullish bias on the euro, especially in light of the monthly trend and where we are in relation to it on the weekly. And yep, I have a bullish bias above 1910. Thanks for watching. LCS, like, comment, subscribe, and again, thank you.